Start going around the cones where you're making right turns, please. Stay as close as you can to the cones. Sometimes. Make a right circle. When I walk by, you don't let your dog touch me.
Yep.
Don't let your dog touch me. Don't let your dog touch me. I'll turn to your right. Make a left circle. Left foot, left foot. Keep leading with your left foot. Now, kind of look out of the corner of your eye. Palm sit. When we do those left circles, the idea is to stop the dog's front legs from moving, so cut them off with your left foot. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I like putting my left foot in front, and I like to keep leading with my left, cut them off, make a tight circle. And what you want to see is, if you watch your dog's left rear leg, sometimes they shuffle as they make that circle. Some dogs, if you cut them off well, or some dogs just do it, they do a cross step. It took 2 steps to get across with a cross step. 3 steps when I was shuffling. Forward. Left circle. Back. Lead left. Lead left. Okay, good. She adjusted very well. Mike, say left when you take good when you see the left rear leg move. Try to keep your head up straight. Look out of the corner of your eye so you don't get dizzy. About turn to your right. Sure, you're always dizzy. Make a right circle. That's what keeps the people that do spinning stuff, like skaters, when they spin, they look straight ahead. Yeah. They don't want to tilt their heads down. I mean, the real good ones start tilting down. I'm like, how do they do that? About turn to your left, I guess your body gets used to it. Palm sit. Tell your dogs to stay, do a walk around. Good sit as you walk around. Good sit. Good sit. Use the leash if you need it. Good sit. The dog got a long tail, be careful not to step on it. 180 pivot to your left to a sit. Back. Left hand, left foot. Good. Okay, everybody go forward. Don't do it yet. Go forward to the next cone. Pass the cone, do a halt and sit, don't turn. Go. Forward, pass the cone, do a halt and sit, don't turn. Okay? The first move I want you to try is called pivot right 1 step. So rotate on your right heel, say heel, take a big step, and have your dog sit. Pivot right 1 step, do it. Heel. Very nice. Okay, go to the next corner. Pass the corner, do a halt and sit, don't turn.
Sit.
Good, look how nice you sat. Okay? Same thing, rotate on your right foot, take a big step, say heel, your dog should move with you, and sit. Okay, Jen, you took a big step with your right foot. The idea is, we want to, when we do this, if we pivot on, we're teaching, when we say heel, we're teaching the dog to follow the foot. So if you think about it, when you say heel, when you do a pivot right, you take 1 step, step with that left foot. We're teaching him to walk with that foot, and then you can tap your feet together. So to do it where you just take a big step over here, take your step, pivot or turn your body, and take a big step. Okay, everybody go to the next corner. Do a halt and sit, don't turn. Okay, pivot on your right foot, take a big step with your left, and say heel. That's it. There's a sign, and when you rally, it says pivot right 1 step. That's it. Okay, everybody go to the next corner. Pass the cone, do a halt and sit, don't turn. Oops, sorry. Breathing down my neck. Okay? Now, the next move is just a 90 pivot to the right. Put the leash in your right hand. You're going to rotate your right foot, and you're just going to put your feet together. There's no step. 90 pivot right. Rotate your right foot. Okay, put your feet together. Say heel. Say, you're saying heel, right. You're saying, well, actually, we're learning to follow that foot, so it's heel, and they're right with you. Go to the next corner, do a halt and sit, don't turn. And when we do like this 90-degree pivot, I'll show you the next one, okay? You're gonna first rotate your right foot, you don't have to say anything. And then when you say heel, move your left foot, and if you need your left hand for a sit, use it. 90 pivot right to a sit, go.
Heel, sit. Good.
Okay, go to the middle of the segment and do a halt and sit.
Heel. Sit.
Now, to do a 180 pivot to your right, you're going to do the same thing you just did, but you're going to do it twice. So it's going to be heel, heel. So the handler's almost standing on a pie plate. Rotate your right foot, put your feet together, say heel.
Heel.
Do it again quick before your dog sits.
Sit.
Nice. See all that training Carol put into Cassie?
Yeah.
Now you know how to make her look that good. What's over here? What's going on? I'm kidding. Okay, take a step forward. Get your dog to sit next to you. Nice.
Yeah, she's.
Jen, how come you're facing the center? You must have just done a 90. Sit, Mike.
What?
Sit, Mike.
Sit. Good.
Okay, let's do a 180 pivot to the right again. Again, rotate together, rotate together.
Heel.
Good.
Sit.
Heel.
Good. Your little snap. There's another way that sometimes they do it, instead of where I'm just doing it in 4 little steps, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are some people that teach people to go like this.
Yeah, somebody's not looking. Heel.
Snap it.
I'm trying to. Heel. Heel.
Big step. Good.
Heel. Good grief, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, one more time. 180 pivot to the right to a sit. Good. Sorry.
Heel.
Heel.
This is how she's doing it.
Well, she got tired. She learned that you're going to snap. Okay? Go to the next. Go to the cone. Pass the cone to a halt and sit. Don't turn.
Sit.
So now we're going to do a 90 pivot to the left to a sit. So I give a little check towards the dog's tail, a snap, and with your left foot, put your left foot in front of both of the dog's front feet. Sometimes I even bump their toenails. The idea is you want the dogs to pick their butt up. Some dogs do what I call the eraser sit, or the eraser pivot, where they just keep their butt on the ground and they don't pick it up. So the purpose is take your left foot, bump both feet toenails, say back, and then put your feet together. 180 pivot to the left to a sit, go.
Okay.
Sit.
Sit.
The whole idea is get your toes close, or get your foot close, and then they're going to pick their butt up and move. That's not too bad. Okay, go to the next corner. Pass the cone, do a halt and sit, don't turn.
Sit.
A little check towards their tail. A little check, straight back. Okay, 90 pivot to the left to a sit. Back.
Back.
Sit.
Little check towards the tail. There you go.
Sit.
Good. Okay, go forward. Go to the middle of the segment, do a halt and sit.
Sit.
Now it's going to be the same thing, but you're going to do 2 of them together. So it's going to be back, bump their toes, and sometimes you got to do it quick enough so they don't sit on the first after the first one. Go ahead. 180 pivot to the left to a sit. Okay, good. Forward. Enough of that, huh? Nobody fell down. Almost lost my count. One of them. Make a right circle. Say heel. And if the dog might relax the leash a little bit. You want that when you're making that, you don't want, I don't want to see the triangle on the front collar up. Make a right circle, say heel. Say good. If the dog turns on a loose leash, you say good. Good. Try to stimulate him with your voice. Sometimes if I want better attention, I'll even laugh as I say good. 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 Right circle. Heel. Good, 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 good. Hold sit.
Sit.
When I do that right circle, I could say heel, 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 heel. I would rather say heel, and if the dog turns, I just say good, good. Now, if they look back, they look down, I'm going to catch you. I want the dog to think that I'm watching them all the time. Forward.
Heel.
Stay close to the cone. Make a right circle. Say heel.
Heel.
Good. Don't snap automatically. Give them a chance to turn before you even make the leash tighter. The dog needs to learn that if they do it right, that leash never gets tight, and all you do is praise him. Right circle, please.
Heel.
There you go. And I see your tail start to wag a little bit, Mike. That's what we're going for. Sometimes if I'm dealing with the dog, I'll start saying, good, good. And the head comes up and the tail starts wagging. Now go slow. Baby steps, half steps. Say heel. Good, good. Now normal. Regular stride. Left U-turn, turn into the dog. Back. Use your left hand to stop. You got to stop them from walking. So when I say use your left hand, give a little check towards their tail. Let's see. Allan sit.
Sit.
Let me see if Cassie will do this one. Hey Cassie, feel. Come here, feel. At first, when I want to go to the left, there's a little check. Back, and I put my left foot right in front of me. Back. Good. 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 Good, Cassie. As the dogs get better and better, at first it's always a back, check, and step. Good. Good. See, I left her, and I got to go fast enough. She doesn't sit while I'm doing it. Eventually, when I say back, you'll see they'll stop their forward motion. Back. See how she stopped walking and I didn't have to check with my left hand? That's what we're going for. Okay? Forward. What are you doing with my phone? What are you doing? This came up to me. Make a left circle. Back. Left foot. The whole idea of this is to get your dog to listen to your verbal commands without the leash ever getting tight. About turn to your right. Heel. Keep walking. Okay, the next one will be a German about turn. Put the leash in your right hand. Don't do it yet. Allan sits. Actually, you don't want to start, you don't want the dog going to the right and going to the left at the same time. The first thing I do is a little snap to the right, or sometimes I even twist a little. I get the dog, when the dog's body is in front of me, I turn to the left as fast as I can, and the dog's head will be right where I want it to be. Okay, forward. Either rotate, when I tell you, you'll rotate your hip a little to the right so the dog thinks you're going to the right, and pause, or you'll snap to the right. Now, German about turn. Beautiful, and walk. Switch the leash behind your back and off you go. Okay, do it again. Snap right. Quick, turn left. Switch the leash to the other hand. Beautiful. And if you let the dog get in front of you before you turn to the left, you'll both be right next to each other when you have to do the turn. One more time. Snap to the right. Turn to the left. Quick. Dog's head should be right next to you. Okay, make a right 270 going towards the center. Allan sit.
Sit.
Jen, about turn to the right, go around the group to your right. Eye contact as she approaches. Say yes and give a cookie or pray or pet your dog under the chin when she goes all the way around. When she passes, say yes and rub her chest, leash in your left hand, rub her chest with your right hand if you don't want to give food. Carol. Good. Praise your dog. See if you could praise them and get them to pay attention to you while you're walking. Good heel. Good. 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 Atta girl, keeper. Okay, Sue. Should have everybody back next week. And Bob's coming to town with Daddy. I think he'll be back the 5th. I think that's next Tuesday. Got him riding on a Let's see, the surfboard, with the wheels, huh?
Skateboard?
Skateboard.
Oh, is that a riding skateboard?
I don't know, I got a picture of her standing on the skateboard. I don't know if that means she's riding it or not. I'm sure he's trying. Mike, turn to your right, go around the group to the right, say heel, make a little snap, don't pull. Snap if you have to, and relax, leash, and brace.
We haven't seen Pepper in a few weeks.
Pardon me?
We haven't seen Pepper in a few weeks.
Pepper was gonna come today, but she might be here. She's been coming, either sometimes on Saturday. She was, I think, sick for a week or two. She's retiring, and there's a, I don't know whether she is, there's a retirement party Friday, and she might be here Saturday. Okay, Jen, go to your left. Oh, Mike, did you go? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did, I just did.
I talk my way and I don't pay attention.
That's all right.
No. What?
Good, good. Raise him up, Jen. Good, talk to him. Okay, Mike, 180 pivot to your left, circle the group to your left.
Yeah.
Good heel, good. After you say good, let go of your left hand. Just use your left hand to check it when you're returning.
Good.
Two. Good, good. It's always nice when the dog's got white feet like that on the black floor. It's real easy to see him move. Or not move.
Yeah.
Carol. Heel. Good, good. Carol, keeper.
Yes.
Good, good. Say yes and rubber chest if you don't want to use Cuda all the time. Like, look shorter leash so you can snap up. She's got a couple of steps in there. You could have corrected her before. When you started reaching for your pocket, she started moving. So you got to anticipate that. She certainly does. That's what happens when you got a chow hound. It's a little bit different. 180 pivot to your right to a sit.
Sit.
Take one step forward, heel and sit.
Sit.
180 pivot to your left to a sit.
Back.
Okay, Carol, go around every person in a circle, right or the left, whatever you want to do. Now I think both of you should have gone around on the same side of that cone, either on the outside or the inside. I know, so you split it. Because whenever there's an obstacle, we do it in the lobby sometimes when there's a pole. When there's a pole or there's something, I think the dog, if I'm working in the lobby, there's these poles, and I try to get the dog to walk on the other side of the pole so I can catch them so I want them when they see an obstacle to get closer to me. I don't want them thinking, oh, you can go on one side and I can go on the other. Sue, circle everybody. Good heel. Good heel. Good girl, Hanna. Okay, Mike, you're up. Make a circle around everybody. The dog either on the outside or the inside, your call. Loose leash. Watch that triangle. I want to see that. The brass where it connects to the collar, that should be pointing down a little bit. Move your right hand a little closer to her head. So that leash is looser. Heel. Every time it gets tight, you should have said heel first. And Jen,
Which way? Right or left?
any way you want. There's no wrong on this. But you should have gone the other way. No, I'm kidding. I just have to mess with her. If she's looking at you when the dog passes, say yes and take your right hand and rub her chest. Good sit. Good sit. Enough. Don't overdo it. And take your right hand, hit your left shoulder. See if you get her to look at your hand. Good. Give a little check on the leash if you want. Do it a couple times.
Yes. Watch.
All right, everybody went?
Yep.
Okay, everybody down to that side of the room. Heel.
Yep.